You could take a guy like Canelo. This guy could do. He can pick and choose who he want to fight. And I'm gonna tell y'all the truth about Canelo. Easy, man. Easy. Y'all sitting up here, y'all praising this dude. This dude was nothing. I was almost 40 years old when I cooked this dude.
Compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
Floyd Mayweather has shaken up the boxing world again by calling out Terence Crawford right after Canelo Alvarez's recent fight. Famous for his confidence and perfect record, Mayweather made it clear he's ready to return to the ring for another big showdown. Fans and experts are abuzz at the idea of Mayweather facing Crawford, who is considered one of the top pound-for-pound fighters. This matchup has added a fresh wave of excitement and speculation to boxing, making the anticipation even more intense.
Canelo this week actually said something interesting. He goes that Crawford's a better fighter than Mayweather. Do you agree with that? Do you feel like he is?
I think he's more all-rounded in some ways, but Mayweather was so good at certain things that made him impossible to beat. He really stuck to his niche of style, where Crawford kind of tries to fight the more honest, I guess, exciting, traditional way, being there, just moving out the way, landing the shot, where Mayweather would have you dancing around him and chasing him and falling short and falling in and countering the life out of you, and knew and understood 10-9 rounds better than anyone else. You only have to win 7, 10-9 rounds clear and you've won the fight as long as you don't get put down. And obviously he never really got put down. I know there's a few question marks, but for all intents and purposes, he never got put down, and he was the best, one of the best to ever do it. It's very hard to go a whole career undefeated.
Terence "Bud" Crawford maintained his unbeaten streak by defeating Canelo Alvarez by unanimous decision, claiming the undisputed super middleweight title. The fight took place at Allegiant Stadium in Las Vegas on September 13, 2025, and was one of the most anticipated bouts of the year. Moving up 2 weight classes, Crawford entered the ring with strong confidence. Even though Canelo was naturally bigger and known for his power, Crawford controlled the pace, using precise boxing, quick footwork, and smart combinations to overcome that edge.
What did you think of the fight?
Man, I loved it, man. I love the fight, man. I love the fight. I did not know how it was going to go. I didn't think the weight was going to be a problem for Terence Crawford. I'm on record saying I didn't think it was going to be a problem. But it stood to be seen, it needed to be seen, and I knew we would have known after the first, second, or third round. You feel what I'm saying? And when I seen how Canelo was respecting his jab and how Canelo was respecting his power from the very beginning, I knew how it was going to go. And I knew that Bud was only going to get stronger and get bolder and, start to wear him down, because Canelo is known to start to wear a little bit in the later round.
Everyone said that Crawford was not going to exchange tonight, and he traded with Canelo up close.
Man, Bud is the best, man. Bud is the best. I've been on wax and saying that, Bud. I've been on wax and saying that for a couple of years now. I bet against Bud on Spence. I bet against Bud on Porter. I didn't think that Bud was the best. I got to give it to him. Bud the best, right? He hands down. He the best. He the best right now. I don't think nobody need to question him no more. I mean, you kind of got to give him his respect no matter what. You got to give him his respect. He just went up 2 weight classes what people said he couldn't do. He's doing everything that people say he can't do, and he is doing it with ease.
Right.
You got to respect that.
Break it down for me. How did he win that fight in the way he won it tonight?
He won the fight by gaining Canelo's respect. I think he was already in Canelo's head a little bit. I think that even though Canelo knew he was smaller and everything else, these fighters are still humans and they hear what the people are saying. Canelo was, not Canelo, Crawford was undefeated. Look at what he did to Spence. I mean, look at what he's doing to some of these people. So no matter what, I mean, you have to...
For this fight, Mayweather Jr. backed Terence Crawford, confident in his skills to beat Canelo Alvarez. Even though Crawford was seen as the underdog, Mayweather placed a $50,000 moneyline bet on him at plus $148 odds. When Crawford won by unanimous decision, Mayweather's bet paid off, earning him $124,000. This move not only showed his faith in Crawford but also highlighted Mayweather's deep knowledge of boxing and the sport's dynamics.
Just shared on social media that he bet $50,000 on Crawford to win, and he won $75,000 back. So Crawford made Mayweather $74,000. Most people that I talked to were betting on Canelo. A few people bet on Crawford. How much money did you win on Crawford? $200 here, $200 there. But most people that I know bet on Canelo. And we'll hear from Canelo. We're gonna hear from Crawford. And I'll keep you guys posted. But right now, Floyd Money Mayweather, bet on Crawford and make some money. What do you want to see Crawford do next? What do you want to see Canelo do next? Let me know. Definitely interesting developments here tonight. When I watched the fight live, I thought Canelo won. I think Canelo won. I have to watch it again, but with no audio because I know the broadcasters were all against Canelo. They were all against him all week from the rivals. So I don't expect that.
For this fight, Mayweather Jr. put his faith in Terence Crawford, believing in his ability to defeat Canelo Alvarez. Although Crawford was considered the underdog, Mayweather wagered $50,000 on him at plus $148 odds. After Crawford's unanimous decision win, Mayweather's bet paid off, bringing in $124,000. This not only reflected his confidence in Crawford but also demonstrated Mayweather's keen understanding of boxing and how matches play out.
The best fight in the world.
We can put Tank up there in the top 10 in pound for pound. He has to be somewhere in pound for pound. And Canelo done something that is amazing when Canelo was able to go to light heavyweight and become light heavyweight champion, something that I didn't even see him going up that heavy, and he did that. So, but as of right now, I have to put Terence Crawford.
Crawford has long admired Mayweather, not only for his talent in the ring but also for how he managed his career and built his legacy. Over time, this admiration grew into a genuine connection between them. Crawford has often received tips and guidance from Mayweather, which he takes seriously and puts into practice. Their relationship reflects a strong bond rooted in ambition, respect for legacy, and a shared understanding of what it takes to reach the top in boxing.
Wiz, you be sizing niggas up, bro. Keep it a stack. Did you in your head size up Floyd? Like, you know what I'm saying? If we was ever, keep it real, boss. Keep it real.
I'm never that type of guy. I think that's some grimy shit. Always been happy for him, been a fan of his, and I never imagined us fight. Yeah. I never looked at him like, man, I know I'll beat this.
But you capping, bro. I never thought like fantasy fight me versus Floyd. Nah.
Never. I never just was with a person and looked at him like, I'll beat his ass. Never. That's some hating type shit to me.
Like plotting.
I ain't never been that type of.
Recently, Canelo openly admitted during a press conference, "I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather." This was notable because Alvarez had faced his first career loss against Mayweather in 2013 at just 23 years old and while undefeated. Crawford's performance was exceptional, displaying faster hands, sharper footwork, and precise tactics to outbox Alvarez across 12 rounds. Even after moving up 2 weight classes, Crawford successfully neutralized Alvarez's power with smart defense and well-timed counterattacks.
Beat right here in the middle.
Yeah.
Champ, first off, I want to thank you for the illustrious career that you have given us in the game. You've been a steadfast professional in the way that you conducted yourself, and I want to thank you on behalf of all of the boxing media.
Thank you, sir.
Number
it's my
2,
pleasure.
Champ, I wanted to ask you, this was a fight that we haven't seen from you before. We've never seen you have the sustained and prolonged frustration during the fight. Was there a point in time where you figured that this just wasn't going to be my night? And if you did, when did that happen?
No, I never thought that. I always try. All the rounds I try, but you need to accept it, right? Sometimes you cannot go, and I try all the rounds. I never think about that because imagine. So I cannot think in that way, but I try my best tonight.
And lastly for me, Champ, in the world of comparisons that we live in right now, if you can, compare and contrast the fight between yourself and Floyd Mayweather Jr. and tonight's bout with Terence "Bud" Crawford, if you can.
No, I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
After Canelo Alvarez claimed that Crawford is better than Floyd, Jeff Mayweather, Floyd's uncle, responded sharply. He suggested that Canelo's comment was a tactic to boost Crawford's reputation, making his own loss to Floyd seem more respectable. Jeff pointed out that Canelo's defeat to Floyd happened when Canelo was in his prime, arguing against the idea that Mayweather was past his peak. He also challenged the comparison of defensive skills, saying that while Crawford is talented, Mayweather's defense is still unmatched.
Floyd won, majority decision. C.J. Ross had it with what a lot of people had as a draw. And then the other two judges scored it for Floyd, of course.
Yeah, nobody had it.
And that was a Floyd at the top of his game with a very green Canelo with very little experience, and he still took him, into deep waters. So
yeah, what was Canelo? What, 20 something? 20 what? 23, 25?
Yeah, he was. Very, very young in the game, obviously.
Very young. He had more fights than Floyd, and he lost.
Yeah, but
man, that was 30-something years old, 36.
But Floyd was clearly at the top of his career, and Canelo had fought a lot of people. But
how you at the top of your career in your prime? You in your prime? You ain't in your prime when you're at 36. That's not your prime.
Did he lose? I mean,
your prime is in your 20s.
It's different for different people.
Yeah, okay. Well, and that's why Canelo is saying what he's saying.
Want
to make himself look like he did something.
Trainer Greg Hackett has joined the debate over Floyd Mayweather Jr. and Terence Crawford, stating that Mayweather is still the superior fighter. Even with Crawford's impressive win over Canelo Alvarez, Hackett believes Mayweather's defense and ring intelligence give him the edge. He recognizes Crawford's talent but stresses that Mayweather's undefeated record and success across multiple weight classes secure his place above Crawford in the all-time rankings. Hackett's view underscores the ongoing conversation in boxing about who truly stands out in this era.
In the last version of Terence Crawford that we've seen in the ring, who's the better fighter, Jay?
Of course, you got to give it to Floyd. Floyd at that time, Ben, what's up? Floyd at that time versus Canelo was in total confidence. His skill set, his IQ. You know what I'm saying? Everything he do, he was just a complete fighter that night. But I feel like was up against a lot because he was fighting a guy that we knew something about, but we ain't know too much about. People don't understand how much a fighter could be thrown off by what he don't know. And the reason it throws you off is because you're actually learning about the fighter while you're in there. That's what Bud went up against that night. That's why he didn't look so.
Eddie Hearn has openly rejected Canelo Alvarez's claim that Terence Crawford is better than Floyd Mayweather Jr. He argued that Crawford's record doesn't compare to Mayweather's, noting that many of Crawford's opponents were past their prime when he faced them. Hearn acknowledged Crawford's big wins, including the recent victory over Canelo, but stressed that he hasn't faced the same depth of elite competition across multiple weight classes that Mayweather did during his career.
And Mayweather, do you agree with that?
No, I don't, but I think Crawford's a phenomenal fighter. The thing is with Crawford, and I was kind of goading him on this, and it's not his fault, his resume is not that impressive. Like I said to him, tell me your best win ever. This is what I said to him. And you know what he said? Ricky Burns, right? Now, Ricky Burns is a great fighter. He's my guy. He's a 3-division world champion, but you can't say that he is, like one of the greats. He's one of the greats of Scottish boxing, but if you're talking about one of the greatest pound-for-pound fighters of all time, it's not Terence's fault that he hasn't been able to get those fights, but a lot of the guys that he's fought have been done. Even arguably Ricky Burns at the time. I know he went on to win other world championships, but he was kind of on the slide at that time. Kell Brook, Amir Khan, Gamboa, all of these guys. Who else did he beat? Ndongo, like Errol Spence, another example. Terence is brilliant, but he's never actually really had many notable victories. This would be it. I mean, this would be an incredible achievement. But I just feel like at the age that they're at, like, what is going to happen in this fight? And I just see I don't think Terence, because he shouldn't, is going to take that many chances in the fight. He needs to use his movement, use his footwork, which Canelo doesn't like, and win rounds. And Canelo doesn't really like to force a fight. When did you last see Canelo really try?
Carmel Martin recently reaffirmed that Floyd Mayweather will always be the GOAT. Despite the recent attention on Terence Crawford's rise, Martin stated that Mayweather's perfect record, ring intelligence, defensive mastery, and dominance across multiple weight classes set a standard few can reach. He praised Crawford's achievements, especially his win over Canelo, but stressed that true greatness is measured by consistency, longevity, and making history, like staying undefeated at the top. Martin believes that while Crawford is exceptional, Mayweather's legacy remains in a league of its own.
Where do you sit with this? Because two pound-for-pound greats of this era, Canelo, we see the resume, Crawford, two-time undisputed, potentially this weekend becomes 3. I've said in a few interviews, is it skills pay the bills, or does a good big man beat a good little man? How do you see it?
I feel like the skills pay the bills, and I feel like Crawford's not that much littler than Canelo. We've seen in the face-off that they're around the same size. If not, Crawford like a little bigger than. Yeah, for sure. So really just we're gonna see tomorrow. How it plays out. Whoever the better man is that night, I feel like will win. I feel like it's even playing fields, and both guys coming ready. So we're just gonna have to see.
If Terence does win this, a lot of people are saying that puts him as the greatest of all time. Now, I know it's hard because obviously you've been with Floyd, and a lot of people are saying Floyd is great. But does that at least put him in that conversation with your Floyd Mayweathers, your Manny Pacquiao's, your Sugar Ray Leonards, all the greats of the past, and obviously Canelo obviously as well because he'll be there. Does that put him there?
Yeah, for sure. Of course, nobody will ever. I feel like Floyd will always be the greatest of all time.
Meanwhile, Crawford responded to the constant comparisons with Floyd Mayweather Jr., stressing that fighters should be judged within the context of their own era. He said he is the greatest of his time, just as Mayweather was in his, making direct comparisons unnecessary. This shows Crawford's confidence in his accomplishments and his focus on building his own legacy. After Crawford's historic win over Canelo Alvarez, his longtime trainer Brian "Bow" McIntyre stated there would be no rush into another fight. Bomac highlighted that Crawford has just achieved one of the biggest victories of his career and deserves time to rest instead of jumping straight back into training. He explained that following such a demanding preparation and tough 12 rounds, recovery is key. Rather than immediately discussing future opponents, Bomac recommended Crawford take a well-earned break to recharge both physically and mentally, allowing him to fully enjoy his achievement before planning the next steps in his legendary career.
We're going to get back in the gym, and we're going to assess that. And, right now I just want him to go on vacation, have some fun, spend time with his family, man, because we trained for probably a half a year for that fight. You know what I'm saying? A lot of time spent away from home, a lot of time spent away from the family. So I just want him to just go get back home.
And what for you?
Yeah.
Damn. And for you? Hey, this is a thing.
Appreciate you.
What you saying about training a half a year?
We trained almost a half a year for that fight. So, you know what I'm saying?
Bernie Thigh, a close ally of Terence Crawford, has voiced a strong criticism following the Canelo fight, insisting, "They tried to rob us." He believes the scoring didn't fully reflect Crawford's dominance, arguing that many rounds were unfairly scored or judged too close. According to him, Crawford controlled the fight, set the pace, displayed superior boxing skills, and clearly outworked Canelo, yet the judges' cards didn't reward these efforts enough. Bernie feels that even with the unanimous decision win, the score margins were unjust. His remarks highlight how controversial judging can still spark strong emotions in boxing, even in seemingly clear victories.
He destroying every myth. Can he take a punch? Is he strong? Is this guy too strong? Man, he did everything. He did everything. Didn't he? Stood and fought with him. See how he
was in the pocket. Was in the pocket.
Turned him. Did everything. Talking about he too strong. Turned him a couple times. Pushed it. Crawford.
Meanwhile, Floyd Mayweather offers a unique perspective on this matchup, having defeated Canelo Alvarez back in 2013 when Canelo was undefeated and rapidly rising. That win remains one of the standout moments of Mayweather's legendary career, highlighting his defensive skill and ring intelligence. Now, years later, Mayweather is focusing on Terence Crawford, the fighter who recently dominated Canelo. By calling out Crawford, Mayweather is not only sparking excitement in the boxing world again, but also reminding fans that he still believes he can compete with the very best.
What, are you 23?
23.
That's so fucking young. Yeah. And he was like, that was when he was
he was
prime,
in his
right?
prime, yeah.
Prime, and you're only 23?
20.
What was that like?
I trained so hard, and now obviously I try to beat him, because if you beat him, you wanna be the best in the world at 23. So imagine that. But he was the better man that night. A lot of experience. He's a great fighter.
Do you think Floyd Mayweather calling out Terence Crawford could set the stage for one of the biggest fights in history, or should Money stay retired and let Crawford carry the torch? Alright everyone, stay tuned for the latest in boxing news, highlights, events, and stories. Subscribe to Ring Headquaterzz and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. Be sure to watch our other videos too. Until next time, take care and stay safe.